asking people. You're
Did
still
you
waiting.
do the, but wasn't there like a freshman? Oh, it was for 8th grade. Oh God.
Hello.
Hello.
Evening. I guess I don't know what's going on because they cut me out of the other meeting. So I guess it just came on for me at 7 o'clock. Did they pass you off to me? Is that what they did?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know if anybody has any questions, but feel free to shoot them out if you do. I mean, I'm pretty communicative, so most everybody, if your kids on the team, you have an idea of what I'm doing and the things that we're doing. So I don't know if there'll be that much new information for you guys tonight or anything, but these meetings are just for, I guess the school to make sure that the coaches and the parents are a lot of times are on the same page. And for me, again, it's based off of, I don't mind dealing with the parents. Some coaches shy away from that, but I don't. I feel, like if son was having trouble with math, you'd want to be able to communicate with the math teacher. So I think it's only fair that the coaches, do the same thing. And at least that's my philosophy on that. So if there's anything that you ever need from me, please feel free to reach out. I tell the parents all the time, you may not like everything I have to say, but it's all with well and good intentions to do whatever I can to help your sons. So no questions. I know some of you were probably at the game, but I just drove home. I made it home in time to get here, so to get home before this meeting started, which was great. Are there any varsity parents on here? I think some of them are varsity parents. Just want to say,
I'm on Mike. We're on Brian.
Okay.
Scott.
Yeah, I just want to talk real quick about the rides to the games. If your son wants to ride to a game, away game, I don't know if you guys can send the school a message, let them know that it's okay that they do that. The schools are going to be okay with that as long as, and I am as well. The only issue comes in when the kids are driving other kids. That has to be kind of coordinated with the other family and all that kind of stuff. These guys will try to get there and just get in the car with another kid. And a lot of times we don't know if that's, okay for them to do that or not. So if you can communicate that with the AD's office, that's what he's asked me to ask the parents to do. I don't think there's any JV kids that are driving, so it probably wouldn't happen under that. But for the JV kids after the game, if you drive on a bus, you don't have to come back on the bus. Of course, the parents can just take their sons right from that location and go home. Same with the varsity. With baseball, there, Jack, one of our coaches is, as a assistant dean of students, so he's at the school. But generally, all the other coaches are all the other coaches are outside coaches, so we'd have to leave our work, come get the bus, and then take the kids. So that's kind of how that works for us. But if there's any issues or anything like that, just let us know. We've never had any issues, but just in case. But with Blake being the new athletic director, he has some things that he wants to be done a little bit different. So that's one of them. If you just could communicate that with him about the ride share, if you want to do that or anything. The other thing I'll give out some information on is the trip. The trip is a pain in the what for me, to be perfectly honest. I'm pretty much done all the ins and outs of everything with the trip, except for outside things that we'll be doing as a team. We'll be doing everything as a team, and I want to have as much as their time as I can accounted for before we get on the airplane. So that way they can't get themselves in any trouble or anything like that. And we always have something for them to do. So I don't think I'll have any trouble with this group, but I still feel that way. So I'll be looking to do that in the next day or two and get out an itinerary for you and the school and a cost and all that kind of stuff. The other thing with the uniforms, I don't know if you spoke about this at all with the uniforms, but it looks like Loyola's changed companies. So they're going to be going to a Nike uniform set starting next year, and all the other merchandise through the school store and everything will be Nike. But for this year, I guess in a couple of days you may get charged for the hats and things like that. For the moms and dads, once the middle school team is made, we're going to have a pretty good inventory of hats that we can make available to families if someone wants them, kind of based on size and all that, if we have those sizes. And then you would just be charged through your fax account for the hat through the athletic office. So I'll get an email to everybody about that as well. And we'll see if we can do something that way. And I think that's, the cage jackets that the kids got, they're their cage jackets to keep, but you will get charged for them as well. But I have to say, when the kids are all practicing with them on, it really looks good. And I told the kids, usually I'm really lenient with that kind of stuff. We had kids wearing camouflage and things. I'm not really crazy particular with that, but I did think it got a little raggedy, the last couple of years, and I wanted to, get a little bit more uniform look to the program. So that's why we did that. But it looks good with them, having that, everybody having the same color and all that kind of stuff on. So, I want them to look good. A lot of coaches say look good, play good. And, I wanted to do that as well. So all the programs will be getting all new uniforms next year. The uniforms that we got last year are all brand new. So that's kind of a weird thing, but, it is what it is. So the parents really did. The school buys those uniforms. They may have another policy with that. I don't know, but just FYI, if you have a younger kid in the program that may be coming down the pike, I'm sure they'll send an email out about that as well as they go forward. The other thing is, I don't know if there's any kids on the call, but I just want to say this group is really a good group to coach. They freshmen all the way through have really bought into a lot of things that we're doing and are trying so hard to get better. And, I push them a little bit, certain ones that need a little push, and then try to get some other guys to calm down. So I try to tailor my coaching to each kid individually as much as I can. Some kids are not as outgoing and are not as connected with the coaches sometimes. And for me, been coaching for 30 years, I understand that. It's okay. It doesn't mean he doesn't like me or I don't like him or doesn't like Sam or myself or whatever. It's just some kids are like that with coaches. And some of them on the varsity this year are like that as well. But it's not that we don't have good relationships. You just have to learn how they deal with the coaches. That's something that I had to figure out a long time ago, and understand where the kids are coming from to make sure that we're able to communicate with them on how to do things. So, I mean, those are some things that we try to do. I'm very open with all the boys about everything that they're doing. If they're not doing something right, I let them know. And when I, also when they do something right, I let them know. We had the other thing is I want to let the parents know, coaching today is very difficult. We have a lot more. I mean, it seems like every eye is upon you as a coach anymore, and everything you say and will and can do will be held against you in a court of law. So, it's just a different way and different mentality of coaching today. I really don't worry about that kind of stuff, but I'm very direct with the kids if I feel like I made a mistake or there's something that I said that was misinterpreted. That happened to me last week. One of the other coaches said, "Hey, a certain kid may have thought you said something differently." I don't know that in the moment, and I tell the boys the same thing I'm going to tell you. I would hope that the coaches, if I come to you or I go to the kids like I did that day as a group, because it was a group issue, they understand that I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm going to make mistakes in things I say. And as much as I say to these kids a million words a day, I would like if the one or two words that came out differently is not held to the, I'm going to get a firing squad on because I'm going to make that mistake. And usually I'm going to correct it as well. But sometimes parents don't realize how that works for a coach. And, it really is frustrating when, something is taken out of context or, you're talking so much you don't even realize that a kid could take something out of context. But just what happened last week just lets you know how much check and balance we have throughout our program of each other holding us accountable. And, a coach told me that, something I didn't think about, and he was 100% right. And I addressed it right away with the team. But that's just, the baseball thing, I'm good with all that. But if your kid plays another sport or whatever, you have to deal with coaches. I would say just be aware of that. Coaches are not perfect, and I know you parents know that already, but it can be difficult, and those things do happen. So, nobody has any questions?
Hey, Mike, this is Ron Bryan. Unfortunately, I wasn't at the game today. I'm driving back from New York right now, but I was wondering if it was part of the game strategy to have Dylan throw a 4-pitch walk at the beginning of the inning.
No, I just think it was. I think it was just his emotion. I told the kids, it's weird for me. I've been coaching. I think this is my since 1990. How many years that is? But I was today was the most excited I've been to get to a game that I've ever coached. And it's just because of the effort that these kids have put in. I wanted to watch them be able to play and see how they did. And I was so excited for them. If I could tell you how many things I screwed up today, you wouldn't believe it. But I screwed up the game changer situation. My game changer didn't download the new game changer. So I drove Coach Ed crazy all day. We were going back from my phone to my iPad, and so there was a lot of things going on in the dugout with that. And the kids, they just don't flinch. They just went out and played their game and played a pretty good game. But No, there was no strategy involved there. Did you get to see the game on the Game Changer? Did that work or?
Well, I was driving, so I won't admit to watching the video as I was driving. I did pull over. I think I saw the last couple batters that Dylan faced at a rest stop in New Jersey, but
I got you.
came through pretty clear.
Well, I don't know if they talked about this on the meeting, but I don't know if you guys know. So the guy who does the live streaming stuff at Loyola and all the video technical setting it up and everything, he's either leaving or he's already gone from Loyola. So it's bad timing. He's took another job, and the problem is he's done it so long, and so the only one that's really done it. I don't know if we really have anyone else who is familiar with everything that it takes to do a physical Loyola live stream. So the school's dealing with that. But since we had the availability to do the Game Changer, we went ahead and did that. So hopefully we will get some games live streamed on the LSN network. But if not, that's what's going on that end. The school is trying to get us set up on Huddle, where we will be able to even do some taping of practice and things like that. The video that I would like to use because the kids tell me I'm wrong all the time when I see them do things wrong. And if I get it on tape, it would be a great help to, for them, for the learning situation, or me, either one. But so we're working on doing that as well. But I those are things I don't really know if there's anything else that anyone would need from me. I don't know what else. I bore you with my emails all the time, so but I'm sure I do that just because I know how it is as a parent. You want to know what's going on if you can, and I try to keep everybody abreast of all that stuff. Any other questions? Well, if there's no other questions, we can adjourn the meeting, I would presume, I guess.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you, Mike.
All right. See you guys.